Doctor, thanks so much for being here again for us. We want to start with how are coronavirus and its symptoms, treated, and are there any effective treatments?
Thank you for having me again. So the symptoms are basically treated supportively. We do not have a vaccine yet. We do not have an approved medication for treatment as of yet. So it's fluid management, making sure you're staying hydrated, controlling fever when needed if you're running a fever, getting plenty of rest, and if you're having any symptoms at all, making sure you call your physician.
Okay, and you mentioned there's no vaccine, but do we have any information on the progress of one becoming available?
They're working on one, obviously. That's one of the CDC's main top priorities right now, as you can imagine. So that will be something that will be forthcoming in the news. As I said last week, that's a great site to keep abreast of what's going on, the CDC's website. But we do not have an idea of when it will be available as of yet.
Not trying to put you on the spot at all, but just curious, is there a timeline for something like this being developed?
Right, so I've heard different things. I've heard 12 months, I've heard 18 months, I've read various things. I know they're trying to push it through. I actually don't know, none of us know exactly when that's going to happen as of yet.
All right, so as far as people who might be showing a temperature, one viewer is asking what I guess is considered the normal high temperature for this virus?
Normal high temperature, that's a tough question. So again, fever is 100.4 degrees or higher, and anything above that, you should consider a fever. If you're running a fever, and you have cough, and you have shortness of breath or difficulty breathing, those are still the three symptoms that are most correlated with coronavirus, and those are the things that you should be calling your physician about to find out if you need further treatment or testing and so forth.
Okay, another viewer asking, will a flu shot or antiviral drugs like Tamiflu help minimize the symptoms of the coronavirus?
We do not have any studies showing that they'll minimize the symptoms of coronavirus, but they will keep you from obviously getting the flu. So we are quite sure that you can have the flu and coronavirus at the same time. We haven't seen any documented cases of that, but it's so many of the symptoms overlap, it's quite possible. So making sure you get your flu shot to avoid getting that in addition to something else is very important. And Tamiflu does treat the flu, but is not mentioned as treatment for the coronavirus.
Okay, while we're on that topic, there's a lot of different information floating around on social media regarding the flu and how similar or different it is to coronavirus. Could you maybe clarify that?
Sure. So with the flu, you have you have high fever, you have body aches, you might have vomiting, you might have nausea, you might have the symptoms of a cold like runny nose and things of that nature as well. The big things with the flu that make it slightly different than corona, though, is that with flu you have those shaking chills and those body aches, and with coronavirus it's mainly the fever without all of that. And again, it's fever, cough, shortness of breath, or difficulty breathing directly associated with coronavirus.
We've heard a lot of people say, medical experts, the governor, elected officials allude to the fact that the elderly population are most at risk. So we know that. What other populations could be at risk to coming down with the coronavirus and really being hurt if they do?
Right. So we're all at risk for coronavirus, but you're right. Certain populations are more at risk of developing more serious illness, such as people over the age of 60 and anybody with a serious chronic medical condition, such as heart disease, diabetes, lung disease. Those are the things that we're looking at. People that are immunocompromised, those folks are more at risk for getting more seriously ill.
And doctor, I had somebody reach out to me on my professional Facebook page. He says he's had underlying health issues for the past 10 years, and he's looking ahead to next fall, wondering if this is something that's a new normal for him that he's going to have to worry about. Do we know yet?
We're not sure yet. Predictions are showing that possibly this might be just in combination with flu, bird flu, all the different flus that have come across through the years, that this might be the new one to add to that list next fall.
All right, are seniors who have had the pneumonia vaccine, are they in any less danger?
They're definitely in less danger of getting pneumonia. So one of the biggest complications of something like corona would be pneumonia in our seniors. And so making sure you are up to date on your pneumonia vaccine is just as important as getting your flu shot so that you're not getting compounded with illness.
Okay, and the final viewer question we have for you today is, can the virus be transmitted to pets?
So right now, it's definitely been documented, as everyone knows, person to person. But we aren't sure whether we can transmit it to our pets or not. So far, no cases have been seen of transmission from person to pet. But if you are keeping away from people because you're ill, and if you have been diagnosed with coronavirus, the idea is to stay masked and stay away from your pets as well, just to be on the safe side.
And Dr. Alexander, anything that you would like to add, maybe that we haven't covered, that you want people out there to know?
I think the biggest thing that we can do is practice social distancing right now. What that means is making a conscious effort to reduce close contact with other people. That's a really, really tough thing to do, but it's vitally important right now. Things like this virus is spread within 6 feet. So if somebody coughs or sneezes and you're 6 feet away from somebody who has the virus, you're at risk of getting it. Now think about going to the grocery store and how often we're around people less than 6 feet away from folks, or at the gym, or just in our day-to-day activities at work. The biggest thing we can do is reduce some of that contact. Go to the grocery store early in the morning or late at night if you can. Have your groceries delivered if you can. And for us that are well, let's do something good for those around us who may be more at risk, right? Let's go buy groceries for our grandparents or for the seniors that might live next door. There are things we can do. It's not to incite panic. It's to take the proper precautions to avoid the spread of this illness.
Yeah, it's amazing the effect human decency, right, can have.
That's
on
exactly
people.
right.
All right, a great suggestion there. Also, again, the doctor suggests making sure you check in the CDC website frequently to keep up to date. Dr. Christie Alexander from FSU's College of Medicine, we appreciate you being here again.
Yes.
Thank you.
You got it. And of course, we will have our conversation, this segment, uploaded to our website, wctv.tv, for any of you who are at home who maybe want to watch it again or share it with someone you love. That story pinned to our homepage. We will be right back.